Welcome back everybody, JX here. I'm going to do a little challenge myself today. Today we're going to take on the first generation of boss rush characters with the first generation of boss characters. That limitation means anything up to the final fight in the generation, which is Janemba, so I will use up to Gogeta, as Janemba and Gogeta were released at the same time. I'm also including full power Frieza in this, as in Japan he came out before Gogeta, so without further ado, let's get round 1 started. My hope here is, as it's only about 5 bosses, this shouldn't be too terrible. The next video may be a little tougher when there's more bosses, but the same limitation will apply. I'll only use bosses available up to that generation. So, yeah. We got Broly here. As this is only strength Broly, and the same boss mechanic rules apply, I'll have to use their mechanics against them. But I think we'll be okay regardless, as this isn't physical Broly, this is only strength Broly. So let's see just how terrible this is going to be. This might have been a terrible idea to begin with, but I wanted something to challenge myself, and this looked like fun. It's so crazy seeing these like fights again. Like this fight used to be like some big, well, it was the very first Dokkan Fest ever released, so obviously it was a little challenging at the time. Let's see if Gogeta makes this as simple as I think he's going to. Alright, so that wasn't quite as hard as I was hoping. That's also the downside of using Gogeta leads now. While he used to be the lead everybody used because of the plus 3 Kai, all I'm getting is his additional attack bonus. I'm not getting all the stat modifiers out of it, which make these bosses far more difficult. If we have full power Frieza actually ult, that would be glorious, but the orbs aren't exactly playing in our favor right now. Kid Boo's kind of my, not really the ace in the hole, but my hope of getting HP back when I need it. Oh, the additional attack. Plus a crit. I guess there's really no way of mitigating that. Technically this didn't exist back when they came out, but I can't un-ability spear people, so I'll just have to deal with it. Well, Broly has his first attack finally, but if we're lucky he should be dead. Like as I said, since he's the first generation of boss characters, what they did was to help players at the time beat him is typically these bosses don't actually start the fight for a couple of turns to kind of give you some ramp up. Alright, Broly was finished without much hassle. Moving on the cell here. Same thing applies, since it's a regeneration link, like I did in an earlier video, but he's the tech version, not the strength. So again, I'm not seeing this gonna take forever, but you never know. They always might pull that ace out of sleeve, an ace in a hole out of nowhere. Can't talk today. Another thing coming in here, since this is a random assortment of Dokkan Fest characters, no one really links with each other that well. Like Gogeta and Super Saiyan 3 will probably be the only two that link almost perfectly each time. Alright, let's see what we got. I'm expecting big damage here, not so much on Goku for obvious reasons. Type disadvantage and all. Vegeta did a good wallop. This is still such a cool freaking super attack. By the time this video is released, actually today, they announced Super Saiyan 3 Goku and like Space something Bardock from the Xenoverse game, and my god, that Goku is so broken, it's unbelievable. While Bardock being released as a rainbow for all characters, he still has only a plus 50 modifier, so he's just a better version of Rose and BB, but Goku with that 120 to all for tech and Well, his passive's okay. It's not as good as people want to make it out to be. Like, you know, rainbow orbs plus 20 and all that, that's nice, but it's rainbow orbs. And man, this is exactly why I need to pay attention. For some reason I blocked with Gogeta rather than Janemba. And because of me doing that, I just lost almost all my health. Goes to show you I've been playing this game recently. This is why these kind of things are fun to me, because it kind of makes you focus back into what you're supposed to do. He's going to regenerate some health this turn, but it really isn't going to be that much. Well, I hope it's not going to be that much. And we're going to be smarter about it this time. We won't use a type disadvantage against that. But, looks like we got Dokkan mode coming, so looks like Cell will probably die regardless here. But back on Goku, his passive giving him 120 to start, that's great. Plus an additional plus 20 for every rainbow orb, that's good as all, but people have to remember that getting rainbow orbs on the field is a whole different task than getting any other kind of orb on the field. You're never really guaranteed much of those, they're random as hell, and there's only a few characters who turn those back into rainbow orbs, so Goku's an incredible character, but he's nothing better than LR Gohan or anything quite yet. He's just another overpowered character in the current meta, but he's not the best character in the current meta, as some people are falsely assuming at this point. But we'll find out once the cards drop and people get to play him. It's always the hype game. Alright, switching here to Fat Boo. If I recall, whenever I actually did this, I'll go through all of his Boo phases. So we'll use Cell, as one of his mechanics is all the orbs he collects grant him attack and defense, which is a forgotten thing on Tech Cell. It's actually great for him, as you can use him as a blocker if you get the right kind of things down. We're not going to get an ult off either way, but I know most people watching this will know what this fight is, but if you don't, the cookies on the map are what his mechanic was. They'll turn key orbs into cookies, which won't grant you anything, and there was 4 or 5 characters who can grant them to actually grant you the abilities needed. Alright, we'll be smart again. Janemba will negate a good majority of that. Now, actually, this is one thing I don't remember. If I get a rainbow, will it count for Frieza? Okay, so the rainbow still counts. Goku won't have enough to ult himself, though. So instead of that, we'll waste the cookies. Janemba can just grab one and we'll build up for next turn. I'm trying to think, with the new Bardock coming out, what exactly a good all-rainbow team we can make right now. Like, just with all these new 120% leads left and right, it's like, unless the rainbow leads like 70% or higher, plus 50 to everyone, even if you could choose any character you want, it doesn't really matter. Like, there's so many better teams you can make right now. And my key game's pretty shitty, but oh well. That Boo's down, now we'll get some RNG on which Boo comes next. It's Super Boo. I would have preferred Piccolo, but whatever. Having Boo in her team will grant us a little life back. Yep, there it is again. My genius of not blocking correctly. And you get into these habits and they die hard. But maybe Goku will surprise us. That beautiful dragon coming out. Nope. And he's getting ulted. Woohoo, baby. Oh. Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna jump back in here with Boo that I died on like a moron, and we're gonna continue where we left off. Okay, trying this again. RNG has given us Super Boo again. But this time I have a feeling if I'm intelligent and don't use an absolute weakness to block like a complete moron, I should be fine. But that's asking for a lot. Yeah, we should be golden this time. It's just, stupidity aside, sometimes you just get bad RNG. Like, you make a mistake like that and you hope they don't ult. Like, he'll ult me this time, but he ain't gonna hit me 70k or whatever. Yeah. Try to get him out of this little phase here. There we go. Janemba not only through his passive will block this, but he's also got natural type advantage, so Super Boo doesn't really have much of a chance at this point, so we can hop on the Kid Boo. That's the beauty of Janemba and Gogeta. Both of them just have natural passives. Because of these natural passives, they scale even throughout the meta. They're the only two who have them up their type. Janemba being naturally blocking anybody as if you're doing minimum damage, so he has natural type advantage against anybody hitting him, while Gogeta has natural type advantage against anyone he's hitting. And I'm assuming this is just kind of been like a personal thing, but I think Bandai, the reason they've never released two more characters with similar passives, as it continues into the meta. Like both Gogeta and Janemba are relevant even in today's meta just because of passives like that. And they want the meta to slowly die because they want people to buy more people as they come out. So, I mean, that's just like a theory, but it feels like it might be right. Deep down. It might just be, 10-point adding thing, but when it comes to making money, man, this game knows how to do it unlike any other. Wow, poor Kid Boo. Well, he finally made it on the field there. Of course he's going to attack us 500,000 times. We're going to break into the item stash. I'm going to... You know what, we're not going to use a Bulma. We'll use a Whis. 40%. He'll attack Boo twice. So we'll use Gogeta as the type advantage hit. Even though he's got type advantage, or Kid Boo over Janemba, like I said, Janemba works as a natural, so it doesn't matter, he'll still take minimum damage regardless. It's just because of what I'm doing here, Gogeta won't be able to do much damage, so we're just going to have to survive the turn. Try to set up to at least Kid Boo can get some health back through the orbs. Alright. Now that I actually quote-unquote planned the attack, maybe I won't just get blown up. There you go, little guy. Blow yourself up. Alright, here we go. This will be the end of him. Also, it's been so long that I'd forgotten one of the main reasons. It's been practically years, but Frieza has Over in a Flash, and that's what made him so great when Full Power Frieza was released at first, because Over in a Flash used to be just the top dog, everybody has it old. Now Over the Flash has just been dying out slower and slower for shocking speed, but when you go back in time like this, at least these old relevances come back. Come on the Fight 4 here, and we're entering into Super Saiyan 3 Goku territory. If I recall, the only limitation on Goku is he has a timer before you can kill him, and if you don't kill him within the timer, you just die. Alright. Now for this I will heal up just to get us back to full. We won't use any big blaster items quite yet. This first iteration of Goku is Super Saiyan 2 before he transforms. I don't recall it being much trouble. There we go, good setups all around. Looks like the key orb blocks are also giving us a little love. But we'll save the rest of those for the big hitters, because we should be jumping into the phase. There you go, attaboy. Alright. There we go. Proper management right there, got everybody to get ults. Good, good, good. When this fight first was released, there was just so many people struggling with his timer. And it's so funny because it's just made fun of all the time now for how easy it is. But when this was released, that timer is just not a friend to people. As you can see, we got him to last bar of health already. Yeah, there it is. The timer is still there. 15 charges, which I believe means that we go to 12 after this. We shouldn't need the heal between Janemba, Gogeta, and this. They won't even make it to Goku. I say that now, then of course something dumb will happen, but I believe. Yeah, Janemba hit him that much by himself, and of course Gogeta will finish this. Like I said, the reverse works for Gogeta here, even though Strength's weak to agility, just because of how his passive works. Full damage. And that brings us to the last fight of Generation 1, First Generation 1. Janemba coming in with style. Just a cute fat blob that shoots bullets from his stomach. I have no idea how people come up with these ideas. Sitting there in the creative room, let's just have a fat guy that shoots bullets from his stomach. And then whenever he gets punched in the stomach, he'll turn into this anamorphic purple guy with a sword. I was like, oh yes, genius, hire this guy. Oh man. Alright, so for this turn, I think we're just gonna play a little setup. For the sake of, I don't know, I feel like something's coming. We're just gonna heal up for this final round. He's ulting, but I had 35k before this. He'd have to hit harder than that. So yeah, we would have lived either way. Gogeta, Janemba, Gogeta. Well, I guess in terms of the movie, we have all the characters here. It's just Gogeta got duplicated and he's here twice. That is annoying. I prefer that not to be the case. Ah, see, same mistake I just made. I should have had him block. Now neither of those guys will ult, so now I get to pay for that. I could have put all that faith that he does not ult us again because we may die, but I don't want to use the items. Oh yeah, we would have died if he ulted for sure, if he had 25,000 just base. Because of that too, we could have had a Dokkan mode of Vegeta pushed right into the final phase. For the weakness on this boss in particular, he's actually weak to Super Saiyan, so Janemba himself didn't really get much love when it came to his fight, just because people naturally have Super Saiyans. Alright, on to the final phase. At least when this anniversary came out, this was some lit as fuck music. Alright, let's take this motherfucker out. There's 71,000, not too bad. 93,000, and we die. I don't even know what to say to that. Oh baby, well I'll see you in a second. Alright, and we're jumping back in here again with Janemba. How I died to this round twice, I will never know. But I will say this, I have to give mad credit to the people who do this stuff all the time. Because man, you make so many mistakes while trying to make commentary and gameplay at the same time. Only respect for that. My god. Let's see, for the sake of not making that exact same mistake. do that yet. I think we got this. Man, that music. Got some good stuff set. I guess we could... Yeah, that'll work. Alright. Well, let's hope we don't get a hit of 90,000. 10k, a lot more survivable this time, as we only have 80,000 health with this team. Perfect. As in earlier videos, as I said, the fire is on the Link because the Link is Super Saiyan. So now we should hit for some big damage. Because I also don't want to die, just in case, we'll usher him away and end this with a bang. And I guess this would be like, did he get him? Oh man, because of the movie he died to Gogeta, so I guess it would have perfectly ended this. Well, actually, it looks like we can keep that dream alive. Alright. That's like this is the end of round 1. That was actually more difficult than I thought, using only specific units. I'm hoping round 2 will be a little easier and I'm allowed just a little bit more selection, but maybe not. But that is the end of this. I hope you enjoyed it for whatever it was worth, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy now.